Good morning, everybody. Dan here. In today's video is going to be a different style. I'm going to be interviewing or having a sit down, whatever you want to call it, with one of my housemates. His name is Wayne. He's an alcoholic in recovery, friend of mine, roommate, and it's going to be a good interview. I think he's going to share his experience, strength, and hope, and hopes that somebody out there could hear something he's got to say, inspire some people, whatever the case may be. It's been a terrible. It's been a weird couple days. We had a situation that we'll explain or talk about when he gets on here. 70 days sober today, so. I cannot believe it. I really can't believe it. I didn't think I'd make it this far. You know what's funny is when I was younger, I didn't think I would live to be 28 years old. I didn't plan for my future. I didn't plan ahead that far. I thought for sure I would be done, gone, dead by the time I was 28. No doubt about it. I did not expect to ever live to be 41 years old. Oh, if you can tell, I did it. I dyed my hair. I had some just for men. I was unpacking some boxes, going through some stuff. And I found it, and I don't like it. I regret doing it, but it'll grow back. So anyway, just wanted to feel a little younger, I guess. But anyway, I hope you enjoy the sit down, and I hope you get something out of what he has to say. And I love y'all and enjoy. All right, here is my friend and roommate, Wayne. Wayne, say hello.
How you guys doing?
All right, so how old are you, Wayne?
36.
36. All right, so you're I'm 5 years older and wiser than you. Okay, good. Good. He's not really this tall. I'm just my share is short. So
I'm really that tall.
So today we're going to talk with Wayne a little bit and share his experience, strength, and hope, and regarding his alcohol problem or his alcohol solution, whatever you want to call it. Wayne's not a drug addict like I am, but he's an alcoholic. So any of you out there struggling, I hope you hear something that helps you or inspires you. Tell me a little bit about yourself first, Wayne. You know what I mean?
So I'm a California transplant, born and raised in San Diego.
I love San Diego.
State raised, basically, basically grew up most of my life in juvenile hall, camps, boy homes. That turned into YA, the California Youth Authority.
That's for minors?
Yeah, it's a juvenile prison, basically, to county jail to prison. So state raised, basically.
Would you say institutionalized to a point?
Yeah, I still eat spreads, bro.
Yeah. They're always going to be good. They're always going to be good.
I still make spreads.
You know,
I made one last night, as a matter of fact.
I've made jailhouse burritos for my kids and out of a trash bag.
Yeah, I know. So,
all right. Well, what age did you ever have your first drink? Like, when did you ever start drinking? Do you remember?
I'm going to be honest. I want to say it was like 8.
Do you remember how you felt? Or do you remember, let's put it this way, do you remember the time you drank where it clicked, where you're like, oh, I feel great, I'm home, kind of thing? Or did you ever feel that way?
No, I pretty much drank. I drank for 2 reasons. I started, after my first drink, because that first one shouldn't have started off that way. Found my mom's bottle of NJ brandy. Yeah, I did.
Brandy was your first drink?
Yeah, wow. Yeah. She had probably about 2 fingers full on the bottom of her bottle, and I decided, I'm gonna chug this. I saw Mom do it. I'm gonna do it.
Right.
Yeah, and my chest and throat were on fire. My mom heard me coughing and gagging and crying and rolling around on the floor. So she came out and was like, "Oh, you want to be Billy Badass? Oh, you're on fire. Well, there's a new bottle right there. Go ahead and take another sip."
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't, and put the fire out. And I was like, "Oh, this is great."
And how old were you? 8?
Yeah, and then I started paying attention more and more, and I was like, oh, you can mix this with soda, and nobody would know.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I would do. I would even take it to school and stuff.
Yeah, I remember doing that too.
And then,
speaking of your mom, how was your upbringing, man? Did you have an abusive childhood? Did you have both parents? Just mom?
it was just mom.
Single mom?
Yeah, single mom.
No dad in the picture.
No. Abusive. I would say very strict.
Not over the top.
I would say extremely strict because you know, she's a single mom, had 5 kids.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
right.
And
so
I'm the middle child.
Okay. So you had it worst.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I had it worse. I kind of created my own problems.
Yeah.
I
take responsibility.
Yeah, I created my own problems, so I kind of deserved what I got. But there was times where, some of the punishment may have been a little
extreme.
And then there was times that I didn't get caught, so I kind of balanced out.
Right. That's whenever I got new charges, even if it was something I didn't do, I was like, well, I guess this kind of makes up for the shit I got away with.
Yeah.
All right. So when did you first think that you were, I guess, an alcoholic, or when did you steadily start drinking, like daily or more and more? You know what I mean? When did you recognize it being a problem, I guess, so to speak?
Oh, I always knew it was a problem.
Like through high school and your teens, were you drinking all the time?
Yeah. There was a point where I was with my cousin, and we paid his neighbor, because we were underage. We paid his neighbor to go get us some alcohol, and we had like $200, $300. All he wanted was a pack of cigarettes in exchange, and we didn't have nowhere to put it, so we just dumped it into the kitchen sink, and we were just dipping our coffee mugs in there. And next thing I know, I wake up in the hospital, and the first words out of my mouth is, I hope you guys didn't dump it. I paid for most of it.
How old were you?
19.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, you're drinking. Any of your charges, your prison stint, your jail time, any of that stuff, was any of it contributed to alcohol related?
Yeah.
All of it? Some of it?
There was a couple. I tried to drink as much as at home as possible.
Not drink as
no, to drink at home if I was going to drink.
Right.
That way, I didn't break out in my worst allergy.
Handcuffs?
Yeah.
Or different neighborhood?
Yeah, there was once or twice.
Yeah. Okay. How did you feel when you knew you were an alcoholic and couldn't stop? How did it feel up here? Or did it feel anything to you? Or did you get sober because you got caught? Or did you get sober because you just
no,
like your rock bottom sort of thing?
My rock bottom was when I noticed that my girlfriend, whenever she wanted to go hang out with her family or go anywhere, she would always buy me a 30-pack or two.
You're a big boy. You can probably drink all that too, huh?
Yeah. And so she would buy me a 30-pack or two, a couple of cases of beer, you know what I mean, or a bottle of tequila. And be like, oh, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there. All right, have fun.
Yeah. And
then after a while, I kind of caught on. I'm like, am I that much of an asshole?
Keeps you home with the alcohol, so yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't know, were you? See, I don't know you as that. I know you was smiley, happy Wayne.
Apparently I probably was for her to do that. Not that I remember, but again.
What kind of drinker were you? Were you a mean drunk, happy drunk, sloppy drunk,
reckless I was drunk? One of those drunks that was pretty chill. Like I could sit back, relax, watch TV, whatever, but just let me be.
Right.
Because that switch will flip.
Don't fuck with me.
Yeah, that's.
Here's the line. Don't cross.
Like, hey, I'm buzzed. I'm chilling. I'm good. Just leave me alone, or else it just flipped and it would get nasty. There was no in between.
Tell me about one of the nasty times. Tell me if you're comfortable in experience.
Where I was like 16.
Tell me about it.
I'll never forget this. It was like 16, and luckily for me, we had just got a bunch of cameras, those little itty bitty, thin square cameras that could take pictures and videos.
Yeah,
in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And so my cousins were always videotaping everything, and it was Valentine's Day. I'm 16, and we went on a beer run, but we didn't get beer. We just got a bunch of Captain Morgan from Albertsons, and I drank a bottle and a half to myself.
That's right. They were selling it in grocery stores.
Yeah. I drank a bottle and a half to myself. I decided I'm gonna sit in the living room, watch a little TV, you know. And my cousin had this friend who was when he gets drunk, he's a button pusher, or he was a button pusher, and he started messing with me. And next thing I know, well, from what I could tell in the videos, we're going through the wall.
Damn.
Yeah, furniture's getting tossed.
So you can get violent when you drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it turned really ugly. Like I tore that apartment up. We tore that apartment up. It was bad.
Damn. Is he okay?
Oh, we were both going at it. He throwing me, I was throwing him. You know, he's a pretty big guy. I was a pretty big boy myself.
Right.
So,
well, you ever been to treatment?
No, I haven't.
How'd you get sober? Like, how and why did you get sober this time?
I was actually in.
First of all, how long have you been sober?
I've been sober for 14 months.
Fuck yeah, right on. Cool.
Thank you.
Good job.
So I was actually in county jail fighting a case, not related to alcohol or anything, just fighting the case. And I met this guy in there who was like all about sobriety, all about AA, you know. As one of my friends likes to say, he was super sober.
Right, yeah.
And
just living it, talking it, living it.
He actually, and it's crazy because he was actually one of the first guys here in this house when this house became a recovery home.
Okay.
And so this guy, he was there, you know, and he got released the day before I did, but I got his number and everything. And, you know, I got out, went back to drinking, doing normal stuff. And then
when you got out of county?
Yeah, when I got out of county. And, you know,
how long ago was this?
Last year in April.
Like months before you got sober again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Months before I got, like 4 months before I got sober.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got out of jail, started drinking. I got a job, was drinking with coworkers and whatnot. And again, I was with my girl, and we were staying with some of her family. And, you know, we were all drinking, and one thing led to another, and again, turned violent. And so I had to leave. And I was actually I was living out of the car.
Turned violent with who?
Some of her relatives.
Okay.
Gotcha. And so,
because of your drinking? Or
no.
I mean,
actually, this time I was not drinking.
Okay.
But, you know.
Okay. At that particular moment.
At that particular moment, I was not drinking. You know.
But you were drinking, but just not when the altercation occurred.
Yeah. And so I ended up sleeping in our car.
The Kia?
Yeah, our Kia Optima.
A small car for a big boy to sleep in.
It's not very comfortable. No. So I was sleeping in the car for, I want to say 4 days, 4 or 5 days. Then I got a hold of the guy. I met in county. And he put me in contact with the guy who runs this house. And I came here last year.
We'll just call him C.
Okay. Right. I came here last year and everything. And when I got here, I was like, man, these guys are on a whole different level than I am.
Like recovery
wise, are on a whole different level.
Not just staying sober.
I was on the fence, honestly. You know, I didn't drink or nothing. You know, I was here for 3 months. I got kicked out because I really wasn't doing the deal.
Right. You were just being sober. You weren't.
I wasn't working the program. I was just doing enough to get by in the house.
Right.
You know, and then when I was just started getting by, and people started noticing that I was doing less than I was supposed to. You know, I'm not a big on confrontation. I don't take it well.
Right. Yeah.
So
Me neither. I handled it all wrong.
yeah, so did I, so did I. So I ended up getting kicked out of the house, and this was around December of last year, and moved in with a buddy of mine, and it was just all bad. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, how did I go from that nice house to this place? And
How was your life though in this house? Like that time you were sober,
it was good.
Was there light at the end of the tunnel? Like, was life getting better? Did you feel better?
You know, honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't. I didn't because I wasn't putting forth the effort.
Right. You were white knuckling.
I was just here, basically.
You were just sober. That's it.
Yeah,
you weren't doing nothing.
I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't serious about sobriety at that time.
Which is funny because a lot of people talk about that, about just putting away the drugs and alcohol. And they're like, why isn't my life getting better? I stopped. You know what I mean?
I basically reverted back to, okay, I'm in jail, so I'm in jail mode now.
Right.
You know, that was the mentality I had.
Right.
And so I didn't really put forth an effort. Yeah, I went to meetings.
Because you had to?
Because I had to.
Right.
You know, I really didn't want to interact with nobody here. But again, I did it because I had to.
Right.
And, you know, I kind of rubbed people the wrong way, which I could see it now, but then I couldn't. So I ended up getting kicked out, moved in with a buddy, and then I moved back in with my wife. And then that wasn't working out.
Why wasn't it working out?
Because she wanted me to be sober, and I was like, well, for what?
Right.
I'm not in no sober living house for what?
Right.
I don't need nobody's telling me what to do.
Right.
I don't have to go to meetings now. I don't have to do all of this.
Right. No accountability.
Exactly. No accountability. Yeah. I didn't want it. Yeah, I may have been working, but I was like, man, my buddies, my coworkers, some friends that I knew before, they're always calling, hey, let's meet at the bar. Let's go to the bar. I'm like, bet, let's go. And then, you know, be like,
it's fun.
You can't go. Don't want you to go. It's like, oh my God.
So your drinking became a problem with her.
So, yeah. And so I was like, man, no, you can't tell me what to do. And so she was like, well, either, you know, you don't drink or you could take the car and go stay wherever. I burnt a lot of bridges being drunk and being an idiot. Mm-hmm. So there I was sleeping in the car again.
Damn, how that works, right?
I was back in the car again, back in the Kia Soul.
Thinking, how the fuck did I get here?
And I'm sitting there, and, you know, and it's funny because, as I said, I really wasn't putting forth the effort the last time I was here. I had a sponsor.
Yeah. Did you work with the sponsor?
When I was in the house, yes.
Right.
When I got out of the house, no.
Right.
You know, and so I had the sponsor. I just wasn't putting forth the effort. You know, wasn't putting in the time, putting in the work.
The effort for what? Not just to stay sober, but sober and happy, right?
That part. Like, you know, I was just, again, I only did enough when I was there to be there.
You get what you put into it.
Yeah, so, you know, something told me to call my sponsor. I'm sleeping in my car again. I mean, I'm working. So I go to work, get off work, go park in the parking lot, and, you know, that'd be that for the night. That'd be that for the night. You know what I mean?
Damn.
That'd be that for the day.
Using Walmart bathrooms to clean up in, like you
Safeway, Walmart,
any public bathroom.
Yeah.
A shitty way to live, man.
You have no idea.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, it sucks. So
remember where you're living, buddy. We know,
right? And so
what change happened? What
so my sponsor, so I talked to him, and, you know, he basically told me, he goes, look, man, either you're gonna do the deed and actually, you know, put one foot in front of the other and do this.
Meaning what? The steps?
Meaning actually
doing
the work, getting into the big book, going to the meetings and participating, putting forth the effort,
helping others,
you know, getting service position and all that, you know, being of service. And so I was like, man, come on. He goes, look, if you're not willing to do none of that, man, just go ahead and delete my number.
Mm.
And so I was like, man, I was like, I don't want to do that. And he was like, well, you can always call see if he'll let you come back to the house. And that was the last person I really wanted to call.
Time. Hold on. I have to plug this. Okay, sorry about that. Battery's going dead. All right.
So, yeah, he told me to go ahead and call see if he'll let me come back into the house. And again, the last person I ever wanted to call. You know,
come groveling back.
Yeah, that because it's like, okay,
go through this again.
I gotta go through this again. Well, not that I have to go through this again. It's the fact that he let me into the house one time. I took up a bed that somebody who actually needed it could have used it.
Absolutely.
Didn't get a chance to use it.
Right.
Because of me. And there was some other stuff also. And so I was like, man, I was regretting it. But I made the call. He kind of chuckled. And he goes, where are you at? And I was like, I'm down the street from the house at the lake. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, sleeping in my car. He's like, all right, come back to the house. I'll be there in a little bit. And that was March 10th of last year.
2023?
Or this year, sorry, 2024.
2020, okay.
This year. And that was March 10th. And been here since.
Yeah. So what are you doing different here now? I mean, from what I see, you're of service already, man. You give people rides to meetings. You're here for the house. You support everybody. Like I haven't known you that long, but what I see is I wouldn't say a poster child for recovery, but someone doing the deal.
Yeah.
And we went to a meeting last night. You were on me to bring my book. Like you take it serious. What changed up? Has anything improved? Like what has changed since you've been here and doing the deal? Then
honestly, me and C had a conversation when he got here, and one of the things he said was, you know what? It's in the past is in the past.
Absolutely.
Leave that alone. Nothing you could do about it.
Yep.
And I kept apologizing. He's like, I don't care about your apology. It means nothing.
For one, our apologies don't mean shit.
Yeah, he was like, it doesn't mean a damn thing. He goes, you really want to make it up to me? I was like, yeah, man, because I feel like straight shit. He was like, be of service.
Yeah.
Be of service. He goes, help your brothers out. Help the next man out.
Yeah.
Help the next woman out.
Yep.
He's like, actually, go get a home group. Go get a service position. Meet with your sponsor weekly. Call him every day.
Which you do, right?
Which I do. And so I was like, okay, so, no, I've been doing it. I call my sponsor more than I meet up with him because he works a lot. He freaking works ridiculous hours. So sometimes we don't actually get to meet up to get into the book.
Yeah, I know who your sponsor is. So.
But we do talk every day on the phone. We do talk every day on the phone. We text. Love my sponsor. And but yeah, so now, came back, got a home group, we got a service position, and at first I got my service position because it was easy.
What is your service position?
So as of right now in my home group, I am the coffee maker, and I am a speaker getter for the month of December.
That's cool.
So
meaning what? Like, because people don't know.
So speaker meetings are
and service position where?
Fourth Dimension.
Well, not the name, but like what?
So my service position
AA?
In AA, yeah.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
In AA, okay. My service. So the speaker getter, basically, we find people that are willing to come to the meeting and share their experience and talk in front of everybody, and tell people how they got sober and how they're doing the deal and stuff like that.
Experience, strength, and hope, and all that stuff. Yeah.
So I got to find 2 more people to finish my month out.
There you
But yeah, I'm actually doing the deal this time, and it was funny because here we come back to this Kia Optima again, and me and my girl were actually sharing it for a few months, and I saved up some money and everything, and I was actually I wasn't in the market looking for a car. I was actually helping one of the guys that used to live here. I was taking him around so he could get a car. And for shits and giggles, it was the end of the night. It's late, dark. We end up at this dealership, and again, shits and giggles. I told the guy, I was like, "Hey, that little SUV in the back you got back there, can you run my name against that?" Just shits and giggles. Again,
go.
I not in a million years. I've always been told every time I go to a dealership, I need a co-signer, I need $5,000, $6,000 down, and all this. I didn't have that. I was literally wearing my Crocs, some basketball shorts, and a T-shirt. And I was like, "Hey, run my name."
And boom.
And well, no, it's so him and their old roommate, they went about their business. They test drove a few cars, a couple of trucks, couple hours, and we were getting ready to leave. And the sales guy comes out and goes, "Hey, Wayne, hey." So I turn the car. I was like, "What's up?" He goes, "Hey, you got approved for that." I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "You're joking, right?" He goes, "No, you got approved for it."
Nice.
I was like, "Holy crap!" I was like, "Okay." So I went in, read the contract, signed the paperwork, got the car, and then I was a temp, and banks don't really like giving loans to temps.
Right.
So they pulled my loan. I returned the car, got a different job, and a couple months go by, and I'm coming home from work one day, and the dealership calls me. "Hey, are you still interested in this Ford Explorer?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why?" They're like, "You got approved again. We've been running your name and everything." I was like, "Wait, what?" They're like, "Yeah, you got approved again." I was like, "When can I come and get it?" They're like, "Whenever you want." I was like, "I'll be there tomorrow. I'll bring my pay stubs. I'll bring."
So you got the car.
I got the car, and I've had it ever since.
That's cool, man.
That's
cool.
If it wasn't for this house, me being sober, doing actually doing the deal,
right, which is the biggest difference in my opinion.
Yeah, man, you have no idea. Like,
there's being sober, and then there's being in recovery.
Doing this actual deal here, it's my life has done a complete 180. Like,
that's cool.
I'm not working now because they were doing layoffs because it's slow season.
Yeah. Well, you're actively looking.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actively looking, but I got a job that I would have never thought I would have got because they do a government background check, and yeah. let's be honest, my background is
you're a felon, right?
It's not in a million years,
right.
But I passed the background and everything, and I was there for 6, 7, 8 months, something like that.
Which is longest I think I'm almost. I've held longer jobs.
It was a good job. It was great. And I was working. I'm busting my ass like from day one. I told my supervisor, like, "Hey, if you guys need somebody to stay, I got you."
Right.
So from day one, I was working 14 to 16 hours every day, 5 days a week.
Doing it.
I was doing it, and I was still going to my meetings, still making meetings.
Well,
still
that's got to be
to
a priority. That's got to be a priority.
I was still hitting my meetings up. I'd be dead tired, but I'm going to 2, 3, 4 meetings on a Saturday, my day off.
That's cool.
I'm taking. I take my nieces and I take my nieces and I try to take my daughter, but she doesn't want to go.
But the payout is amazing.
I take the kids with me. We go to meetings and stuff.
That's cool.
Probably tomorrow. I think tomorrow I have my home group tomorrow. I'm gonna take the kids again.
Well, if anybody that's watching that is struggling still, what would you recommend they do? And like, if they're sitting home right now with a bottle and they're like, "Fuck, I want to get sober. I don't know what to do." What would you suggest, in your opinion?
Just go to the hall.
Meaning in AA.
Go to an AA or NA meeting, go to the hall.
Right.
I don't know how they
or
do
detox treatment if you need it. But
but go to a meeting. I don't know how they do it in NA, but in AA we have what we call wear and wins.
Yeah.
Which gives you, addresses and times for meetings, and then on the back, the guys would put their name and their phone number in there. Get one of those, even if you don't want to participate. Let me get a wear and win, and next time you want to go to the store and pick up a bottle, call a number.
Right.
Call a number, and I will guarantee you, they will pick up.
Yep.
Somebody will. One of those numbers will pick up.
If the first number doesn't answer,
just go down the list.
Call,
and somebody will pick up, and you never know that somebody could end up being your best friend forever. Yeah. Like that.
I'm not gonna lie either. The meetings at first, I thought they were hokey as shit.
Yeah,
I thought it was weird. I'm like, this is a cult. What do they want out of me? But come to find out, man, they only wanted me to succeed and stay sober.
Yeah,
all they asked of me was to pass it on to the next guy.
Yeah, see,
that's what I love about it.
I remember the first time I went to the meeting. When I wasn't doing the deal, and I went to the meeting, and I was like, I got there. There were just two new people. It was a lady and a guy, and they shared, and they started crying. I'm like, oh man, here we go with this Jerry Springer talk show host type of deal here.
Speaking of, I've been on Jerry Springer twice.
And
that's a whole nother
little Ricky Lake show, and I'm like, oh my god, here comes the waterworks that we have to feel sorry for this person, right. And blah blah blah.
No sympathy.
None at all. Just like, oh my god, just let this hour be up already. Right. I would go to meetings and literally just play on my phone.
I've been there too.
And then it's funny because I was notorious for playing on my phone last time I was here.
Yeah.
In the meetings.
Yeah.
So when I came back, I was placed under conditions. When I came back, conditions for me to stay here, and one of the conditions was I was not allowed to take my phone into the meetings.
Hey, sometimes you got to do that for people.
Which, what? I mean? I didn't like it at first,
right.
But I fucking appreciate it now because
it caused you to listen.
Not only did it cause me to listen, it caused me to pay attention.
Right.
And when I started paying attention, I started to realize that
there's something here.
Not only is there something here, but I'm sorry to say it, I'm not unique. I'm not special.
Right. We think we are.
What they're going through, I'm going through. What they've been through, I've been through. What they did, I've did.
The similarities.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is crazy.
I read that big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, and I swear to God, I'm sure it's like this with a lot of people. I swear it's written about me.
Right.
Except for the dates and the locations and the times. But like everything that they go through, it's crazy how the similarities, man. Yeah. Once you start listening to the similarities rather than the differences, it makes a little difference.
Yeah, them similarities. Once you catch one similarity when somebody is talking and you look up and actually start paying attention, you'll start noticing that.
Yeah.
You basically like connect the dots, match perfect. Like,
right.
Holy crap.
What bothered me about meetings when I first started going was that all these fuckers were happy and smiling and talking about their great life. And I'm like, they got to be lying. They're high or drunk right now. 2 years sober, you're fucking joking me.
Yeah, there's times. There was times when I was like, yeah, this is fake.
Yeah, yeah.
This is all baloney. People are just doing this because
or the
court mandated. Yeah. They're
here to get their slip signed.
They're here to get their slip signed.
Yeah.
And
they're bullshitting their way through it.
Now it's like, no.
Yeah, we know these people now.
Now I know these people.
See their life.
And their life is my life.
Right.
Mine was theirs, and it's like
right.
The more they share, the more I share, the closer we get. Now I see why they're always happy, because we actually found the place where we belong. We found a family.
We found our tribe.
There's a part in the big book where
talks about the passenger airliner.
No, there's a lady who says she found her tribe.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
And
because we
That's what I
understand each
found.
other.
You know, that's what it is. We found our tribe. We found our people. And
you can call somebody, talk about your problems that you couldn't talk to with a normie because they'd look at you like you're fucking crazy. But us, like, we get it. We're like, yeah, I get it. I actually went through that last week.
Yeah, it's funny because I found a meme online, and I texted the whole house the meme.
Yeah.
And everybody thought it was hilarious. And what it was a picture of these two girls at a candle shop.
Oh, one said that it smelled,
one smelled it, was like, oh, this smells like Fireball. And her friend goes, well, Becky, to us non-alcoholics, we call that cinnamon.
Yeah. But I related to that because that's what I think. I smell cinnamon stuff. I'm like, ooh, Fireball, right? Yeah. That's so funny. Or if I smell somebody smoking blues, I think popcorn. Or if I smell popcorn, I'm like, ooh, somebody's smoking a blue. And they're like, no, that's just popcorn in the microwave. Excuse the fuck out of me.
Cinnamon is like instantly Fireball.
Right.
You know, black licorice is like Jaeger.
Oh, God, Jaeger. Dude, I remember I went through a phase where I was drinking Goldschlager like a motherfucker. And every night, it got so bad, my daughter started calling me Captain Pukey because I would drink Goldschlager, get the little airplane bottles or the big one, and I would just drink it till I threw up. And I'd throw up, and I'm like, cool, I got room for more, and I keep on drinking.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, I'm so valuable, I got all this gold in me. You know what I mean? The gold flakes.
The last time I honestly got, like, blackout drunk was my cousin's birthday before I moved up to Washington. It was kind of like my going away party and his birthday party in one.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin, this guy, he weighs all of 80 pounds soaking wet. He's like 6 foot. He's really skinny. And this dude lives off of alcohol. Like, so it's his birthday, but we were running errands. We had to run the errands. So he woke me up at like 7. Right? He nudged me, hands me a bottle of Tito's and a Corona can. I was like, here, wake up. Here's breakfast.
Ooh, I remember that.
I was like, hell yeah.
I remember doing
bam. Hit both of them. We getting ready. We're getting, it's funny. I'm in the shower and he comes in over the top of the shower. Here, get ready.
Damn,
he hands me another Tito's, another Corona. I'm like, let's go.
I used to put.
We're getting dressed. He hands me some more.
I used to put tequila in my beer bong with Corona. I put a couple airplane shots in my beer bong with a bottle of Corona, and I would just beer bong the shit out of it. I remember one of the last times I got drunk, I was lighting bottle rockets out of my ass. I can't watch the movie Jackass and drink at the same time. I start reenacting all the stuff, but yeah, I don't. That's funny. I'm gonna put a picture up, and you can see if I find it, so you guys know I'm not bullshitting. Not that I would lie about that, but
I got. Well,
anyway.
So the day progresses, and we're just no food at all. We're just drinking,
mm-hmm.
And I remember telling my other cousin, "Hey, does Mom know I'm drunk?" Talking about my aunt because she was sitting next to me on the couch.
How old were you?
This was 4. That was 3-4 years ago.
Okay,
and. She's sitting right next to me. I think I'm whispering, but I'm really not. When you're drunk and you think you're whispering.
Yeah.
Hey, does mom know I'm drunk?
Right.
And my cousin's like, come on, bro, you're good. And my aunt was like, honey, you're an adult. You're okay. I'm like, but I want to be drunk in front of you. And I was telling both of my aunts that, and all I remember was I told my cousin, man, let's go to 7-Eleven and get something to eat. Your brother's taking too long on the grill. And I went to stand up.
That's all you remember?
That's all I remember was I stood up. All I know is when I woke up the next day, there's pictures. I was like, I don't remember taking that.
You have to share those with me sometime.
I gotta find them.
Wayne, it was cool having you, man. Thanks for talking with me and shit, man. And I love you.
Love you too, brother.
I'm glad you're here. Give me a hug. I love you, big boy.
Oh yeah.
I'm proud of you. And thank you. And I'll talk to you fucking later.
Bet.
All right, man. Thanks, buddy.
Yep.